Hello lovely people, it's Nicola back in the Stitches and Slapdashery sewing room. Had a fantastic day today, and I'm taking you along to show you the beautiful quilt shop I went to, and the yarn store, and a fabric store, and of course we had to stop somewhere for lunch. Two of my friends and I did a mini road trip to Armstrong and Vernon here in BC, and the stores were Pleasant Valley Quilting, A Twist of Yarn, and Fabricland. And the restaurant was called the Roxy Cafe. So here it is, and at the very end I will show you what came home with me, because I'm afraid my self-control definitely slipped today. I'm hoping I'm pointing this in the right direction because it's very sunny and it's hard to see my screen. But look how beautiful this is. Kalamalka Lake always looks the most gorgeous turquoise colour, but it's exceptionally deep turquoise today. Who needs to go to the Caribbean when your local lakes look like this? Absolutely lovely. My friends and I are on a little road trip today. We're going to hit a yarn shop and a quilt shop and another fabric shop and have some lunch at a vegetarian restaurant, and yeah, fun girls' day before Mr. Stitches comes back from his trip. This is our destination for today, well, the first destination I should say, Pleasant Valley Quilting in Armstrong, BC. I can be the star of my own movie. This is such a pretty quilt shop. It's an old wash tub. Look, it's got a little mangle on it too. Very cute. I like the teacups.
Okay, so he'll be contacting us today.
Let's have a look down here.
The fabric. I mean, you could do your own thing, but right. It's great. And then
I was about to walk down there and I realised it's behind the till.
yeah. Oh, that's lovely.
Look, another wash tub with mangle.
$10 for $40. Hopefully they get some bulbs. This is kind of nice, isn't it? Little bits.
Will you guys eventually sell them?
Wow, there's lots of stuff back
excuse
here.
me.
It looks like a little store from the front, but there is so much here. I'm going to have to go around at least twice because I'll need to film as much as possible and then go shop. Look at that beautiful jacket. Oh, they have the minky for the backing, wide width. Perfect. We just have to admire these beautiful variegated threads quickly, because they're so pretty. Oh, and the shiny, intensely coloured ones as well.
Oh, wow.
So all of the ones back here are the really wide quilt back widths. Perfect. And there's some lovely samples hanging around the store as well.
I love that backpack too. Oh,
Lots of Halloweeny things.
oh my god. It is
And then we've got all the solids. Fantastic. What I love about the fat quarters, what I love about the solids is they've got lots of fat quarters in the little cubbies in between all the bolts. You put together a little collection of fat quarters. Oh, look at that, my
For
favourite.
my rat stuff, it's not somewhere I would
Also, Minky's thicker
necessarily.
Quilt patterns. Many gasps of excitement from us in here. Oh, clearance fabrics. It's hard with so many fabrics. How do you choose? This is a beautiful quilt. This one with the houses on here.
These sugar skulls are really pretty too.
I like those.
Yeah.
I've got quite a few of those sugar ones.
Yeah.
I'm in the process of starting up my Etsy shop.
Batting.
I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to do it just in time for Trump to put 50% tariffs on everything, whatever the heck he's thinking of doing this time, this stupid man.
All the beautiful quilts hanging up here. Trying not to touch them because you're probably not supposed to touch them. See if do you mind being in the video?
I don't mind.
So this is my friend Michelle, and she just loves this donkey quilt. Who wouldn't love the donkey quilt? And then there's one with dragons, and there's one with cute dogs with sunglasses on. And here's the donkeys again.
You might have to learn how to quilt, Nicola. I really like these quilts.
I know, it just makes you want to make all the quilts when you see all these beautiful fabrics, eh? All the neutrals.
Yeah, so Eric sure seemed excited about it all.
Yeah, I know. He's Mr. I don't know. How do I describe it? With pickleball committee and
Oh,
yeah, so he's still his retirement. Really good activities and stuff.
Shelley used to be in the store front on Main Street.
Yeah.
She's moved to the back half where she's going down a little bit, and the bookstore has moved from wherever they were to.
Let's see if we need to change our iced mint tea. Our yeah. I think it still says 23 years. Really? Yeah. And the dates for that. So machine girls are okay.
Beautiful colors in here. These have got to be Tula.
Behind you too.
Can always tell the Tula. We're finished at the quilt shop. Armstrong is a very small place. We're right by the railway, which I assume is a working railway. It's not down in the town I live in. And now we're just going to check out this little street where there's some other very cute looking stores. I lost my friends. I don't know which store they jumped into. We are now in the Vernon Fabricland. Very different vibe from that cute little quilt shop in Armstrong. But packed with colour and drool-worthy fabrics again, of course. Of course, the thing that the quilt shops don't have is fashion fabrics and upholstery, which sometimes is what you need.
Do you think that this, I love this. Do you think that is great?
Oh yes, and Fabricland has their own range of yarn, which I had completely forgotten about.
Just because. That's what I want. These colors that I love. And the same. Always the same.
Micro chenille, dimple chenille, bargain centre. It's funny, getting flashbacks to when I used to work at Fabricland a few years ago. Michaels needs to get a good range of hardware in like this. They're losing out on a lot considering there's no Fabricland in my city anymore. So much fleece, so many buttons. And the zippers, of course. Such a good range of zippers. Ah, bias tape. I should probably look at this. There's been a few times I've wanted to have some bias tape for a project and I haven't got any. Might have to pick a few up. That should do me for a little while. Now we've got all the coats thread. And we've got all the Gutermann thread. I used to say that if I wanted to decorate a wall in my house, I would just get a Gutermann thread display of all those 100-meter colours. They are so pretty. Do like their quilt display. Very inspiring. And of course you've got the upholstery and the faux fur and the fuzzy stuff. More quilts.
Take care. Can I set
flannels. And I think I've come full circle back to where I started from. Oh, I love those teals. So pretty. Not planning to buy fabric here because I already indulged. Lovely bright coloured cats.
But it did expire in March.
These are beautiful. Look at that. $10 a meter. Very tempting. I know I said I wasn't going to buy anything, but then I saw these. They're just too lovely, and they're on clearance at $10 a meter. This is where we're going for lunch. It's a Roxy Cafe, mostly vegan, a little bit of vegetarian stuff. And it took us forever to get the parking app sorted out, but now we are here. Some interesting looking food here. The food looks so good we dived in without me getting any footage of it. We've got chili, and we've got this amazing bowl with yam and potato fries and melted vegan cheese and stuff on top. And I've got a focaccia sandwich with tofu and something else in it. And look at that amazing colourful falafel wrap. Beautiful. We just had the most amazing lunch at the Roxy Cafe. We all really enjoyed our food. And now we are at a Twist of Yarn, which is a yarn store in Vernon that's in a house. Not your typical commercial building. Do you like their sign? It says more parking in back. Oh, groan. Oh, it got hot. It got hot. Happiness lies in the joy of achievement and the thrill of creative effort.
That is the only way.
So many beautiful yarns. Look at all those colours.
I want to make something out of this.
Yeah, absolutely love
It is.
it. I think a lot of people knitted they knitted the resistance hats.
Oh, with Malabrigo.
Ravelry red.
Yeah.
That's a lovely colour actually. You know what's really nice is actually doing this in a little slightly fluffy yarn as well, so it gives it that little bit
Yes,
of
like fuzziness
yeah,
to
isn't
it.
that just lovely? Yeah, I should look up her patterns. I think they were gorgeous. My lovely goose. Yeah, I could knit something like that. Okay.
These are my colours all the way through here.
This is what I want to make. Update available. I want to make that.
Ooh. Do you want to do it in a yarn that's sort of graded or
Yeah.
not necessarily?
Yeah, let me just. I'm like, work please. I'm trying to look at
Look at that colour. So beautiful. Wool, of course, which means, unfortunately, I'm not going to be using it, but I can still admire the dyeing.
What I want is a ball of yarn that sort of got, starts one colour and changes to
Yes,
another colour.
yes.
And use it as the background for some like Fair Isle type knitting, or what do you call it, stranded knitting, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, ombre, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah,
Now this is a yarn I used to use, James C. Brett Marble. I've used quite a lot of this in my time. And look, they've got a lovely greeny blue one too. Cute goose. These are really lovely stitch markers. Lots of fibre for spinning up here. More beautiful colours. What a great gnome. And there's embroidery threads and more yarn in this little back room. Yeah, you can see the bare bones of the house this once was.
Yeah, it is.
I think I'm gonna do magic.
And I own this Granny Square card deck too.
Just show when you.
Can I ask, would you knit this?
Cute little kits from Rika Rooney.
Would you knit that top like just in a smaller circular and around, or would you do magic loop?
I would not do magic.
No. So I should do a
So
smaller
probably like a. But do you have the interchangeables?
I do, but I'm
Yeah,
buying
so-
everything because everything's on project. With the 4-inch tips.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
As hot as will come out of the tap. And then
James C. Brett Emotions DK. It's an acrylic. My friends are trying to get me to buy yarn and I've resisted so far, but oh my god, the colours in this. So pretty. brilliant. And this is what it looks like knitted up. It's all right. I'm right in on the sweater. Very pretty.
It is very pretty.
I think I need to get a ball up. Look at the pretty yarn my friend's buying. And I, yes, have caved for this lovely stuff. Your husband called. He said, buy anything you want.
Well,
Actually, my husband messaged me this morning and he said, I cancelled your credit card. I hope you enjoyed that little tour. And now for the fun stuff. So when I planned on doing this little jaunt, I thought that maybe I would find some free spirit fabrics that were maybe in the black and white range that would go with my fat quarters, and I could perhaps use them as a border or a backing or something. Well, I didn't find what I was looking for. I also thought that if there was a fat quarter bundle of some solids, I might buy that too. Well, there were fat quarters. This yarn store, Pleasant Valley, I love the way they have rows and rows of bolts, and then in the little cubbies just to the side of their shelving, they have lots of fat quarters ready to grab and go. So easy. So, if you don't want to hang around getting your fabric cut, or if you just need a nice usable piece, you could just grab it from that little cubby on the side. I did consider solids, but every time I look at solids, I kind of think they're boring. I want something with a little bit of texture. So I didn't get any of those either. Actually, I lie. I did get one solid, and it was a piece of black fabric. This is just a meter of a black solid because I think it will be useful for maybe setting off some more busy fabric at some point. So, okay, one solid. But the main thing was, I hope I didn't just knock you because I just threw that on the floor. After a careful study of the fabrics at the shop, I decided to buy this beautiful butterfly fabric. It has such gorgeous colors in it. It has turquoises and oranges and pinks and blues, and I just fell in love with it. So as I was looking through all of the beautiful colors in there, I thought it would be nice to go and look for some semi-solids, fabrics that would read it as a solid from a distance, but would not be a solid, that would coordinate with these. So I held the bolt in one hand and I went and auditioned a few fat quarters, and I ended up with this beautiful teal and a reddish purple and this lovely pink, and of course lime. My favorite colors. I don't know what I was about to say then, but what I meant to say is my favorite colors, as you know if you've been here for any length of time. So if I put all those together against this fabric, I think that's a pretty good range of coordinates that were never meant to be coordinates, but I think they work together beautifully. It was funny, there's a sign in the quilt shop that said, I think I got a bit of footage of it. It says, your husband called and said, buy whatever you like. And there's an old vintage phone underneath the sign. So, yeah, obviously that's not true. Because what my husband actually did was, when he knew I was going out on a girls' day out today, he joked that he had cancelled my credit card. But of course he wouldn't do such a thing. He knows I'd never forgive him. So that was that one store. And I thought, considering the range of fabrics they've got there, that was pretty minimalistic, really. Definitely minimalistic. All right, so Fabricland. Oh, sorry, everything's on the floor. One thing I hadn't thought of, but I do need, is more machine needles. I have broken quite a lot of machine needles lately. And so I got 3 packs of the Class A 70, size 70-10 universal sewing machine needles. They were on sale at 50% off. Perfect time to get them. I also bought 4 packs of single fold bias binding. Sometimes when I make a top, I've made a couple of tops out of quilt fabric, and when I've needed to finish off the neck edging, I've needed bias binding, and I haven't had any. So I thought I'll just grab 4 colours of that, which was also on sale. I got a grey, a pink, a green and a blue. And I think I'll be ready for most things with those. I just got the single fold. I don't need the extra wide stuff. Whenever I've needed it, I think it's been the narrower one. So hopefully that will work out. And then the fabrics. Yes. So the Fabriclands that are in Okanagan Valley, there is one in Penticton, one in Vernon, one in Salmonon. And for the last couple of years, I've popped into some of them and tended to be kind of shocked at the price per meter of some of their fabrics. They're well into the 30s, like $34 a meter for a lot of their fabrics. And so I tend to only look in the clearance. Even at that independently owned quilt store, I only saw prices between about 18 and 24, which was far more reasonable. So after a little tour of the Fabricland shop and grabbing my needles and my bias binding, I went back to the clearance section. And then I kind of stumbled across these really lovely fabrics, and I thought, okay, they're only $10 a meter. I'll grab some. So I got a meter of each. In fact, I may have a bit more than a meter of this one, because this one was the end of the bolt, and it was very, very creased and wrinkled at the end, and I think she just threw that in for free. So it's an absolutely gorgeous colorway. And of course, my favorite colors again. So I got a good sized chunk of that. That's going to need a very good pressing, maybe even a washing and a pressing before I sew with it. It's very creased. And then the 2 other colorways I also picked up. I'm terrible. I love to get things in odd numbers. 3 packs of needles, 3 pieces of fabric. Why not? In fact, I'm surprised I only got 4 fat quarters. I would really have liked an extra fat quarter to make it 5. But I couldn't decide on which one to get. So this one is shades of purple and lime. Oh, so pretty. And I don't have a plan for these. No specific plan at all. Going to go in the stash. Hopefully not to be forgotten. And then the 3rd colorway was this one, which is probably the prettiest of them all. It has purple and pink and blue and yellow. This is pretty much a rainbow. So gorgeous. In fact, I'm sure one of the balls of yarn I saw today at the yarn store were those colours, and I'm surprised I didn't go for that one. I went for something else. So in the yarn shop, yes, we had a good look around in there too. It's a cool little yarn shop. It's in an old house. what used to, oh God, I can't talk. What used to be an old house. So you go up the steps in the front door, and the wooden floorboards creak as you walk around, and you can see where the original rooms were. And it's got so much character. It's what I love about small independent stores. They are so much more characterful than warehouse stores. They all have their place, I suppose, but yeah, it's so much more interesting to go into the small stores where somebody has really been intentional about putting their personal touch on it and showing off all those lovely wares. So the thing with me and yarn stores is that the majority of the yarn tends to be wool or has a wool content. I don't use wool, I don't use silk. So what I'm usually doing is, well, like today I was going in with friends and I was expecting not to buy anything and just letting them look around and maybe they were going to buy something. But there's usually a section where there's some acrylic yarns and there's some cotton yarns and other things. And yeah, I just stumbled across some not fabric, yarn. I didn't stumble across fabric, it was a yarn store, Nicola. So I stumbled across this yarn. It's James C. Brett, and this is a manufacturer I have used a lot of in the past. I used to use their marble and their marble chunky years ago, like when the kids were small. I remember I used to order it from the UK, probably Wool Warehouse, and absolutely loved it. And I don't know why I stopped using it. I guess at some point you get to the point where, okay, I've had enough of that yarn, I'm going to make something with something else. But this is a British company, and when I saw these colours in there, well, you know what happened. It's called Emotions. All the colorways are named after emotions or feelings or whatever. This one is called EM16 Reflection, and it has some beautiful, beautiful shades. In there. My friend was saying, oh, you should get this one. This one, it's got lots of lovely pink in it, and I think it would look good on you. And I'm like, well, I'm not necessarily going to make something for myself to wear. I don't know what this is going to be. And when I looked at all the shades, it took me ages to decide. But it was the turquoise in this one that really, really sold me, because that's my favorite color. And it is a DK weight yarn. The skein, or put up, is 150 grams. Not sure what the meterage is. 435 meters, 474 yards, 100% acrylic, washable, dryable in the machine. They're recommending 4mm needles with a gauge of 22 stitches to 4 inches, which is pretty standard. And I don't know what I'm going to make with this. Can you sense the theme here? But I think I'm going to put this on my little shelf over there and admire it for a while. And when the colder weather comes around and I've finished with my super chunky crochet blanket that I'm in the middle of, I will plan something for this. I don't see why I couldn't get a wearable out of this. Now that I've got so many sweaters, I'm leaning more towards sleeveless sweaters, or vests, as they're called over here, and finding that they're actually quite useful garments when it's not cold enough for a sweater and it's not warm enough for a t-shirt. You know, it's nice to have that extra layer. So that may become something for me to wear after all. I have no idea yet. So that was my day. It was a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed seeing all the beautiful fabric and yarn. I think my next vlog is probably going to be a Whips and FO vlog. Did I say vlog or blog? Sometimes I get them mixed up. Because I need to show you some of the stuff I've been making. And all this gallivanting around at yarn and fabric stores got in the way. Not that I care that it got in the way. So I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching and bye for now.